Today we're going to work on belly breathing. This is called diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing because we breathe all the way down into our belly. You want to feel this area expanding and contracting with each breath. So when you inhale, the belly expands, and when you exhale, you squeeze the navel up and in. This diaphragmatic or belly breathing is the most powerful way to breathe. Expanding and contracting. You can place your hands over your belly. Oftentimes I like to rest the hands right over the hara. The hara is about 1.5 inches below the navel, and you just place palm over palm right over that point. You can stand in a rooted stance, or you can sit in a chair with a tall spine. Either way is fine. And as you breathe, you're just focusing on breathing down past the diaphragm, which is right here in the body. So your diaphragm is a muscle. This muscle gets tight when we're stressed out. So as an effect of stress, this muscle tightens, and most people who are living in stress are chest breathers. So that means we breathe with the upper part of the lungs, like this, and we lift the rib cage and we breathe way up here into the chest, and this is not efficient or powerful way to breathe. We absorb 80% more oxygen and energy when we breathe with this lower lobe of the lungs, when we breathe with the belly. This is the most natural way to breathe. Babies are all born breathing with the diaphragm and being belly breathers. But because of stress, over time in our life, we become stress breathers. Basically, it becomes a pattern or a habit to be stuck with the diaphragm tight and to chest breathe. I would say 90% of adults are chest breathers due to the stress, due to the effects of stress, that is. So when you learn how to connect more consciously with your breath, not just letting it unconsciously move, but really feel your breath and bring it down deeper into your body. It has a very powerful effect on your nervous system. It creates a relaxation response. It allows your energy to start rooting down through your legs. You become more grounded. Grounded helps your mind to be calm, focused, centered, but also allows the internal organs to release the charge of static, stress, and heat that builds up as stagnation inside your body. Energetically, the bottoms of our feet are like pads that connect us to the earth. And so when you learn how to slow down your breath, how to bring it deeper into your diaphragm or belly area, all the blood pools down into the lower lobe of the lungs. You absorb the oxygen and the subtle quality of breath, which is chi or prana. So learning how to really actualize your breath potential. Belly breathing is one of the most powerful transformational practices that you can bring into your life or adopt into your life. And it's a mindful practice. You have to become aware of how you're breathing and put effort into bringing it down deeper into the body. When I first learned about belly breathing, it was very challenging. I felt a lot of tension here, and I had to really sit down in a chair, close my eyes, and really feel my body and start breathing down past the tension that I had built up in my solar plexus. When I would sit down and focus on it, after a few minutes I could feel it soften, and I would begin to get movement in the diaphragm, in the belly. And I could tell right away, that this was starting to create a relaxation. I felt the effects mentally, physically, in my nervous system. I felt more balanced, more grounded. But as soon as I would get out of my chair and go back into my daily life, my diaphragm would tighten back up, and I would start chest breathing again, up here. And whenever I would notice that I wasn't feeling well, something seemed off, I would check in with my breath. And as soon as I would notice my breath was up in my chest. If I bring it down to my belly, it seemed to calm and ground and make me feel better. And so I learned how to do it regularly, and I did regular practice. And after about a 1 year period of time of really being connected to my breath, I broke the habit. I completely broke the habit of being a chest breather, and I became a belly breather. And so now I breathe always down into my diaphragm, into my belly, and I feel calm, I feel grounded. It has restored a lot of vitality and released a lot of my stress. So that's a lot of information for you guys, but just sit down and practice. this deep belly breathing. It is so powerful. Do it for 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time. Just sit down and focus on deep belly breathing. It becomes very euphoric. You might feel tingling through your whole body, through the palms of your hands. You might feel a euphoria or kind of a lightness, and your mind starts to become very peaceful from it. So sit with that, do the practice. This is a great place to start with the internal arts. Very important we learn how to ground the energy down to calm our nervous system. And then we can start doing some of the other more advanced pranayama techniques. But sit with this, practice this. It may take you a couple weeks, couple months to really adopt it and bring it into your life. Like I said, for me, I practiced it regularly, and it took about a year to break the habit of chest breathing. So if you can break the habit of chest breathing, you're going to release a ton of your stress. You're going to feel much better. It boosts your immune system, heals your nervous system, and just in general, you have more energy and less stress. And everybody wants less stress, right? All right, so begin.